Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are back again with more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Let's talk about Witch, the class that lets you hex enemies to set them up for defeat. We've already reviewed these mechanics in my 25 base class mechanics video, which is linked in the description below. Overall, I rank this class a B. Hexes are absolutely fantastic and really help give you an edge against enemies, but unfortunately, witches suffer from a lackluster spellbook, and patrons are not nearly as good as bloodlines when it comes to filling the gaps. The first archetype is Elemental Witch. You lose 5 hexes, which is a massive sacrifice for this class. You also lose the ability to select your own patron and must choose elements or winter. On the one hand, it kind of sucks to lose that flexibility. On the other hand, being an ice witch is very appealing thematically, so a class that leans hard into this is not necessarily so bad. In exchange for all of this, you get Elemental Ray, which allows you to do up to 7d6 elemental damage with a successful touch attack. In the beginning, this is nice because you can use it instead of burning spell slots. Very quickly, it will be outpaced by other mechanics, and long term it is absolutely useless. At level 11, you can choose another energy type for it, but that doesn't increase its effectiveness. Overall, I rank this class a D. Massive loss in hexes in return for a mediocre mechanic. The thematic pool is the only thing saving this class. Next up is Hagbound. You lose 6 ranks of hexes, which once again is a massive sacrifice. Your list of patrons is also significantly reduced, and you are only able to choose Deception, Strength, Winter, and Shadow. Just like Elemental Witch, this hurts your customization options, but it's all about leaning into a theme, so your perspective determines whether or not this harms the class. In exchange for all of this, you get Hag Claws, which allows you to do claw attacks. More on this in a bit. Starting at level 2, you get a size bonus to strength up to +6. The usefulness of this is limited because even if you want to be a melee witch, this will only help you until you have access to legendary proportions, which provides the same strength bonus but also gives you a significant natural armor bonus as well. In addition, using this class in melee is counterproductive because your base attack bonus is low and the witch gets virtually nothing that makes up for that. You can of course choose the strength patron, which will give you a wonderful suite of melee focused spells, but it's still not enough. At level 10 you get Vile Curse, which lets you cast Bestow Curse at will. Bestow Curse is a pretty amazing debuff, so this ability is awesome. There's a good case to be made that this is really the heart of the build, and you only use melee attacks up to level 10 and then switch over to flinging out curses over and over again. That probably is the best way to play this class, but I just don't think it's worth losing 6 hexes. Finally, at level 20 you get Hag Transformation, which provides you immunity to Charm and Fear along with Spell Resistance 31. You might have been thinking this whole time that there's a great thematic pool here, even if the mechanics are mediocre, and a full transformation would be icing on the cake. Unfortunately, even though the capstone ability says transformation and there's at least one hag in the game, so the body model is available, you do not in fact change into a hag. I rank this class in F. It's all over the place and there are clearly better options. Next we have Hex Channeler. You lose 1 ranking of Hex, which is only a little bit impacting. In exchange, you can channel energy. I rank this class a B+. If you wanted to use your witch as a healer, this is obviously a good option, but otherwise I don't consider this to be much of an upgrade over the base version. Next on the list is Ley Line Guardian. You lose 2 rankings of Hex, which is impactful, especially since both losses happen in your first 10 levels when you need the help the most. You also lose the ability to have a familiar, which is slightly impactful. In exchange for this, you can cast spells spontaneously. This is great for a witch because their spellbook is mediocre, and there are multiple items that give great spells for spontaneous casters. You also get Conduit Surge, which lets you, as a swift action, increase the caster level of a spell by up to 4 levels. After doing this, the witch must pass a fortitude save that gets harder depending on the caster level you were able to add. If the save is failed, the witch is staggered for a number of minutes equal to the level of the spell that was cast. Obviously, being able to increase your DC is a great option, but keep in mind the witch has low fortitude saves, and it's possible you consistently won't be able to pass this check. There are, of course, multiple spells that allow you to remove the staggered status. I rank this class in A+. Being a spontaneous caster makes witch much better, and the sacrifices to get this functionality are small in comparison. Next up is Stigmatized Witch. You lose the ability to choose a patron and instead must choose a curse. Most of the curses do not add spells, which is what the witch really needs, so usually I would say this is a downgrade. However, the class can also cast spells spontaneously. Like Ley Line Guardian, you can use items to bolster the weak spell selection in the witch's playbook. Some of the curses have really nice boons, so overall I think this works out. In addition, your casting attribute changes from intelligence to charisma. It should be noted that witch can combine its spellbook with lich, and a lich will greatly benefit from the focus on charisma. Otherwise, I think intelligence is the superior casting attribute and rank this class in A. In most cases, Ley Line Guardian is probably better. Quick note before we review Witch of the Veil. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate you subscribing and hitting the like button. This information tells me which content the community is enjoying and helps my videos spread to more people. I really appreciate all of the support. Alright, finally let's go over Witch of the Veil. You lose 3 rankings of Hex, which is obviously impactful. You also lose the ability to choose your own patron and instead must choose Deception. Deception provides you with a handful of enchantment and illusion spells, including Weird, which is unquestionably one of the best spells in the game, so this isn't necessarily a bad choice. In exchange for this, you are able to add Stealth and Trickery as class skills. There are only a couple of party members that can handle Trickery for you, so this might be useful. Starting at level 2, you get Shrouded Step, which allows you with a swift action to become invisible, teleport and become invisible, or use greater invisibility. My issue with this is invisibility works best for melee characters who are doing sneak attacks. That's definitely not this class, so the mechanics don't really serve you. I rate this class a D. Even if you really want Weird, you should take Ley Line instead and choose the Deception patron there. That wraps up my rankings for Witch and all of its archetypes. In summary, I rank Witch B, Elemental Witch D, Hagbound F, Hex Channeler B+, Ley Line Guardian A+, Stigmatized Witch A, and Witch of the Veil D. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.